Hey everyone, it's Nicole Mitchell and I'm doing Facebook Live. I haven't done Facebook Live in so long. I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited. I love the instant access a little more than when I do YouTube videos. So, hey! And it's coming to you from my van because this morning my husband knew I was going to do a Facebook Live video and yet he somehow forgot and took my tripod with him to work. So I had to drive to his work to get my tripod, which I'm now using. So I'm here live from John's parking lot so I can do this video. So I want to talk about something that has been really powerfully true for me and I think is a very real experience for a lot of people, and that is how do you handle toxic people or toxic relationships, or maybe not even toxic, maybe just unhealthy relationships. How do you handle that? So I have been someone that has been prone to attract unhealthy or toxic humans for almost my entire life. For as long as I can remember, I've attracted high drama, pretty messed up, insecure, controlling, manipulative people in my life. And not saying all my friends are like that. So my friends who are watching like, what, is that me? That's not you. And I didn't understand why. And yet I felt this pressure like, oh, no one loves them. I need to love them. Like my love will save them. My love will change them. Oh, the whole saviorism is so gross. Like, ugh. Anyway, so I've attracted these people my whole life. And finally it reached a breaking point where I had a series of blow-ups, not by me, but by these people in my life who blew up at me, whether verbally, like voice to voice, or in an email to me or text messages to me, for me being me. And once there was a series of them in a row, I was like, something has got to change. I am so tired of being on the receiving end of such blow-ups and anger and toxicity and just an imbalanced, unfair relationship. And so it was good. It was super painful. That was one of the most painful season I've ever been in my life, where I had all these people turn on me for me being me. And yet it was a wake-up call. And for that, I am super grateful for, because I am in such a better place, you guys, which is why I'm doing this video, because I want to empower anyone else who feels stuck in a toxic or unhealthy relationship. So I have notes here, so I'll be glancing at that. Okay. So when I realized after this series of blow-ups that I'm ready to be done, I was like, well, what do I do? And that's where I learned this profound truth. And that is, we create our reality. All right? We create our reality. We are what we think. And I realized that all those years that I've attracted really unhealthy people in my life is because inherently I believed I was unworthy of a healthy relationship, right? Or that I was only worthy of really messed up friendships. That's where it was coming from. It came from a super insecure place. It came from a super inadequate place. And basically the message I was giving to people is like, hi, I'm Nicole. I'm super friendly and I'm really easy to take advantage of because I hate conflict. So I'll never confront you. No matter what you do, I'm just gonna love ya. And I felt like I became prey. Like people will prey on you if that's the vibe you're giving. And that is just the vibe I gave, because I didn't know how to stand on my 2 feet. I didn't know how to stand in my power. I didn't know how to tell someone when they did something that was really hurtful to me that they hurt me. I was terrified of hurting their feelings. So I'd stuff all my feelings and feel even crappier and crummier for days or weeks on end until I'd finally get over it, until the next time it happened and the next time, and it just kept going, right? But that is the vibe I was putting out there. So no wonder I was attracting really toxic humans in my life, right? And so I finally reached this place where it's like, I am ready to create a new reality for me, because I'm finding that what is in here is reflected out here. So if I don't like what's going on out here, I actually need to do some inner work. As much I love playing the victim game, it feels fun for a while. It feels so good to be like, I'm the good guy, everyone's a bad guy, everyone's so dumb, everyone has problems except for me, I'm innocent. Like, that's kind of fun to play for a while, but really what it does is it takes your power away. If you're the victim, that means you have no control. But I'm here to tell you it's the exact opposite. You have all the control in the world. And so once I realized that my inner world was being reflected in my outer world, I was like, holy crap. If that's true, I want to figure out what's going on in here, and I want to change in here. I can't control these people. I can't control them. All I can do is change and control who I am. And so I did. I literally made a verbal declaration out loud, something along the lines of, I am worthy of healthy and deep friendships that support and love me for me. And that was something I repeated over and over, and I would just cry because I realized how unworthy I felt of healthy relationships. And me declaring that I was worthy of healthy relationships caused me to cry. And I realized, dang, I have some deep internal work here to do. So I started creating more affirmations like this, right? And what I also did is, depending on the person, I slowly started backing myself or distancing myself from unhealthy relationships in my life. Some people, I had to do a very clean, I wouldn't say clean, just a cut, straight up cut to remove myself, and that caused huge blow up on their end. But it's like, you know what? This has gone on for years. It's not fair to me. I have let you just spew all your stuff on me all these years. Find someone else. I love myself enough to find other humans and to believe there are humans out there that want to love me for me. Oh my gosh, I'm getting emotional. Woo! It's crazy to think that we would ever think we're not worthy of healthy relationships. Where did that lie ever come from? It breaks my heart. So, I don't want to play the victim game. I want to know that I can have healthy relationships in my life. But it took a very real internal shift for me to have. And I was afraid for two main reasons when I started pulling away from these friends. I was afraid because I was afraid of hurting their feelings. That has always been Nicole, right? I am a recovering people pleaser. I have people pleased to the nth degree, and it does nothing but screw me, and it's a disservice to them. Because I'm not being a good friend or an honest friend or a real friend when I let them walk all over me and I don't speak up. Right? So I was afraid of hurting their feelings. And I was also afraid if I let go of these friendships, I will have no one. I will be alone. And that terrifies me to think that I would be alone. But I had to do some honest work there. Like, really, Nicole, out of the billions of people on this earth, there's not going to be one or two other person that you're fully going to enjoy friendship with. Really, there's just no one else. And I had to laugh at that point and realize I'm operating from a scarcity mindset. I'm done with that. I want to see the world as an abundant, beautiful, life-giving place. And I want to operate from a place and be the kind of person that is abundant and life-giving and beautiful, so that I attract people who are like that. So we can have a healthy, mutual, life-giving relationship, so that where there's not manipulation, there's not passive aggressiveness, there's not these major blow-ups, there's grace for each other's mistakes. Because here's the thing, John asked me, he's like, well, how would you define a toxic person? I think that can depend on the scenario. But for me, I have found toxic people to be the kind of people that they're allowed to make mistakes. They're allowed to have flaws. They're allowed to make horrible mistakes, have big freakouts, big bloats, break your heart in very real ways, but expect you to forgive them and act as if nothing happened. But don't you dare have any flaws. Don't you dare make a mistake. Don't you ever say something that could be potentially hurtful, or they're done with you, or they'll shame you, or they'll blame you, or they'll do something to make you feel like you're the worst person in the world. To me, that is a toxic human, and I've had more of those friendships than I can count, and I'm done with that. And once I did this internal work through books, reading, meditation, life coaching, therapy, I did all these things to get straight in here, you guys. The friendships I now have in my life, oh my word, I'm just like, it was scary. It was genuinely scary to let go of these old friendships. But these relationships I have now are so beautiful, so deep, so life-giving. They are exactly what I was looking for. And I had some specific criteria of what I was looking for that I can't believe I almost missed them. Because I can be almost 100% sure that if I had not let go of those old friendships, I would never have found these new friendships. Because I was so obsessed about focusing on them, I was missing the entire rest of the world of beauty and potential humans and friendships and good times. So you really are worthy of healthy relationships. You really are. And even friendships that have become toxic now, they may have actually been really good for you at one point in time. That's what makes it even harder. There are some friendships that were really beautiful, really life-giving, exactly what you needed at that time. But as you try to carry that friendship into the present, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't fit anymore. And then that's where you need to say, you know what? We had a really good thing at that time in my life, in that season, but it's not good anymore. And it's okay to let it go. It really is okay. And what fascinates me, for a lot of Christians who believe in resurrection, we are terrified of letting things go and letting things die, because we know that death doesn't get the final say. I truly believe there's always new life being born. And so be willing to let things go, even if they were good at one point in time. Because if you had good things happen then, you can have good things happen now that will give you life now. Okay, and I think this is so appropriate with springtime coming. Like, this is time to do spring cleaning. This is time to do some internal work. Get the cobwebs out, get the past out, get the dust out, and say, I'm opening my windows, I'm opening myself to new light, new air, and new friendships. I am ready for new life. I'm done with these old ways. I'm done with these toxic relationships. Love you, bless you, bye-bye. It is okay to say bye to unhealthy or toxic relationships. I cannot say that enough. It is okay. Because ultimately, you know what's best for you. You know what's best for you. All right? Even if this other person's like, even if other people think you should be doing things differently, ultimately it's up to you. You have all the power. You have all the say. You are leading your life. You're the author of your story. So you decide what works for you. Right? I trust you as an adult. Okay, so I'm just looking at my notes because I want to make sure I got everything. All right, so there's 5 takeaway points I want to give you from today's talk about how to let go or how to deal with toxicity or toxic people in your life. Is first, you have to know that you are worthy of healthy relationships. Second, you are allowed to say no or distance yourself from unhealthy people or toxic people. You really are. That is your prerogative. That is your prerogative. Thirdly, you know what's best for you, and you don't have to explain or justify yourself. Oh my gosh, we lose so much of our power, waste so much of our energy, spend so much of our precious time explaining and justifying and defending our decisions when we could be using all that time and energy to create new friendships, to create a new reality, to do creative work. So I would say, you know what's best for you, and you don't have to explain or justify it. You can if you want to. Again, that's your choice, but you don't always have to. Fourth, you create your reality. So give yourself a new narrative if you don't like what's working for you, right? If what is happening in your life right now isn't working for you, create a new reality for yourself. Affirm your worth, and then you're going to find people who affirm you as well. Right? If you don't like what's going on out here in your life, if you don't like all this friendship or drama or chaos, that's a sign that it's time to do inner work in here. And fifth, get support. Get support, whether that's therapy, whether it's a life coach. Hey, I'm taking clients now. Whether it's a mentor, whether it's books or resources, or it's a group of friends, get people in your corner. So for example, before I came out publicly in October, I actually contacted a small group of friends and I said, hey, I'm coming out on this day. Will you be in my corner in a very real way? Will you pray for me? Will you text me? Will you post on my coming out post online? Will you be there for me? Will you check in on me? Because I knew this was a very big moment. This was going to be really hard. I knew I was going to lose people, and I needed to know that I had support. And they did. They showed up for me in such amazing, beautiful, brilliant ways. So if you're about to distance yourself or say no to a toxic or unhealthy person and you feel like you need support, get support. You don't have to do it alone. You really don't. All right, that's it. That's my wisdom. You are worthy of such good things, such good relationships. Don't downplay your worth. Don't let people walk all over you, and stand in your 2 feet, stand in your power, because you are worth it. The world needs you to shine in all your glory and all your worthiness so that you can attract beautiful and good things in your life. All right, love you guys. Happy Friday. Bye.